Hello, I'm Mike Hayes, back with another video where we look at ways of applying the Barry Harris system to popular jazz standards. Of course, the first step in this approach is to find a good set of basic chords. So that's what we'll be doing today in a tune that we've had a lot of requests for, Stella by Starlight. And Stella by Starlight was written by Victor Young. You might not know the name, but I'm sure you know some of the tunes that he's written. When I Fall in Love, I Don't Stand a Ghost of a Chance with You, Street of Dreams, Sweet Sue, and of course, Stella by Starlight. I hope you get a lot out of this video, and I wish you all the best with your guitar playing. Okay, let's jump in and get started. Stella by Starlight is a jazz classic. It was composed by Victor Young in 1944 for the film The Uninvited. The lyrics were added later in 1946 by Ned Washington. Stella by Starlight is a 32-bar A, B, C, D song form. In this video, we'll be using the same format that we have in our previous videos when we've been studying songs, and that is that the basic chords will be presented in white at the top of the screen, and the Barry Harris style harmonies will be presented in gold at the bottom of the screen. For the basic set of chords, I'm using a version of Stella by Starlight as presented in the real book. And this is a set of chords based on the way that Miles Davis presented this tune in a concert in 1965. Since the release of this Miles Davis version, most jazz artists play the first two bars as E minor 7 flat 5 and A7 flat 9. So when you're listening to very fine musicians such as Bill Evans and Keith Jarrett, that's what you're going to hear in the opening bars. But what does Barry Harris play? Well, both Bud Powell and Barry Harris played the first chord as a B-flat diminished with a major 7. I'm going to include a link to the original version of Stella by Starlight for the movie The Uninvited. The link will be in the description box below. And you'll clearly hear that the first chord is a diminished chord. Since there's more confusion about these first two bars than probably any other bars in the entire arrangement, it's certainly worthwhile spending some extra time studying these two bars. You may or may not be aware of a technique that some composers use, and what I'm referring to here is the one diminished chord. And by that I mean, instead of the first chord in this instance being a B-flat major chord, the composer chose to make the first chord a B-flat diminished chord. To get an idea of where all this is coming from, let's have a listen to a B-flat triad, then a B-flat diminished triad, then a B-flat triad once again. For this next example, we're going to look at a typical chord sequence that would occur in diatonic harmony. In the key of B-flat, I'm going to play a B-flat triad followed by a C minor triad. And of course, that is chord 1 in the key of B-flat followed by chord 2. Let's have a listen to that first. Now let's do the same thing, only we'll replace the B-flat triad with a B-flat diminished triad, then move to the C minor. As you can hear, that's a really beautiful sound. And in fact, that's what's actually happening in Stella by Starlight. The B-flat diminished chord with a major 7th And the reason why we're calling it a B flat diminished with a major seventh is that the melody note that's sustained over 2 bars is an A, and A is the major seventh of B flat. After the opening 2 bars of Stella by Starlight, which is a sustained B flat diminished with a major seventh, the chord progression then moves to C minor, which is what we've just heard, a B flat diminished triad moving to a C minor triad. Just before we get right into the tune, I'd like to give you another thought. Probably most of the time we think of diminished chords as moving up to another chord. However, diminished chords can move down to a chord. I'm going to give you an example here of a B flat diminished chord, and I'm going to put a D flat. That D flat is already in the chord, but I'm going to put it as the bass note. I'm going to play a B flat diminished chord moving up to a D minor seventh chord. We could think of D minor seventh as chord 3 in the key of B flat. And then I'm going to play the same B flat diminished chord with the D flat bass, only this time I'm going to move down to a C minor 7, which of course could be thought of as chord 2 in the key of B flat. Let's have a listen to that. So there you go. Normally you'll hear me referring to diminished chords as functioning as some type of dominant seventh, flat 9. But sometimes diminished chords function as diminished chords. Okay, let's get to work on Stella by Starlight. The fake book chord progression has E minor 7 in bar 1 and A7 flat 9 in bar 2. And we've already discussed this. We're going to play a B flat diminished chord with a major seventh. And that's going to be sustained across both bars. And one other point is when the progression goes E minor 7 to A7 flat 9, the real beauty of the melody is sort of lost in the bar 2 because the sustained A note in the melody becomes the root note of the A7th. Whereas when the A note is held across the diminished chord, there's a really beautiful unresolved tension that's really quite marvellous. On to bar 3, the fake book says C minor 7. We're going to play E flat 6, which is the relative major sixth. Bar 4, the fake book says F7. We're going to play C minor 6, which is the Barry Harris concept of minor sixth on the fifth of the dominant. Over to bar 5, the fake book says F minor 7. We're going to play A flat 6, which once again is the relative major 6. On to bar 6, and the fake book says B flat 7. We're going to play F minor 6, which once again is the minor sixth on the fifth of the dominant. Bar 7 says E flat major 7. We're going to play E flat 6, which is the concept of a major sixth with a borrowed note. In this instance, the note D produces an E flat major 7. Bar 8, we have A flat 7 in the fake book, and this is a backdoor dominant. We're going to play E flat minor 6, which once again is the concept of being able to play a minor sixth on the fifth of the dominant. Okay, that covers the A section of Stella by Starlight. Before we have a listen to that, I'm going to walk you through the B section, and then we'll have a listen to the A and B section played together. Bar 9, which is the first bar of the B section, the fake book has B flat major 7. We're going to play B flat 6, which is the concept of a major sixth with a borrowed note. In this instance, the borrowed note is A, produces a B flat major 7. onto bar 10, and the fake book has E minor 7 flat 5 to A7 flat 9. We're going to play a bar of G minor 6, and that's the concept of the relative minor 6. G and E minor are related, and if we have a close look, we'll see that the notes in a G minor 6 are exactly the same notes as an E minor 7 flat 5. On to bar 11, the music has D minor 7, we're going to play F6, which is the relative major 6. Now on to bar 17, the music has 2 beats of B flat minor 7 to 2 beats on E flat 7. We're going to play D flat 6, which is the relative major 6, and then we'll play 2 beats on B flat minor 6, which is the minor 6th on the 5th of the dominant concept. On to bar 13, the music has F major 7. We know we can play F6 and use the borrowed note concept. On to bar 14, the music has E minor 7 flat 5 for 2 beats and then 2 beats on A7. We're going to play B flat diminished for the entire bar. And this is a concept that we haven't really discussed so far. However, in a nutshell, the concept is that if you raised any note in a diminished chord by a semitone, you will produce a minor 7 flat 5. So in this instance, if I take the D flat in a B flat diminished chord, and if I raise that a semitone to the note D, I'll have the exact same notes as an E minor 7 flat 5. So for the moment, I'm just going to play that one diminished chord for the entire bar. On to bar 15, and the music has A minor 7 flat 5. I know that I can play a C minor 6. And once more, that's the relative minor 6 concept. On to bar 16, the music has D7 flat 9. I'm going to play a C diminished chord. Okay, let's have a listen to the first 16 bars of Stella by Starlight. Okay, let's have a look at bar 17, which is the first bar of the C section. Bars 17 and 18 I'm going to leave exactly the same as the sheet music, which is 2 bars of G7 with a sharp 5. Over to bars 19 and 20, the music has C minor 7. I'm going to play E flat major 6, which is the relative major. On to bars 21 and 22, the music has A flat 7. I'm going to use the minor 6th on the 5th of the dominant concept, but I'm also going to take into account the melody note, which is a D. So what I'm going to do here is play an E flat minor 6, which is the minor 6th on the 5th of the dominant, but I'm going to include a major 7th. The major 7th is the note D, which will coincide with the melody note. Over to bars 23 and 24, and the music has B flat major 7. I'll play B flat major 6 and use the borrowed note concept. Over to the D section, and if we check out bars 25 and 26, we'll notice that they're exactly the same as bars 1 and 2 in the A section. So once again, I'm using a B flat diminished with a major seventh for both of these bars. In bar 27, the music has D minor 7 flat 5. I'm going to play F minor 6, which is the relative minor 6 concept. Bar 28 has G7 flat 9. I'm going to play F diminished. Bar 29, the sheet music has C minor 7 flat 5. I'm going to play E flat minor 6. Once again, this is the relative minor 6. Bar 30 has an F7 flat 9. I'm going to play E flat diminished. And then in bars 31 and 32, the music has B flat major 7. In this instance, I'm going to play an F6, which is a major 6th on the 5th concept, and this produces a major 9th sound. So when the bass plays B flat and I play F6, the sound that's produced is that of a B flat major 9. Okay, let's have a listen to the full version of Stella by Starlight. Well, that's it for today, folks. I do hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I hope there's something in this lesson that'll help you develop your own musical style on guitar. If you enjoyed this session and felt you got some value out of it and you'd like to support this channel, there's a link in the description below this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the good stuff. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a like. It really helps us out. Until next time, all the very best with your guitar playing. Bye for now.